Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
So why am I not a software manager? I think this is kind of an interesting question. I've been thinking about it for many years, and even at one point in my life, I was pushing towards doing something like that. These are really just my thoughts about it and how I kind of arrived to the conclusion that I'm just not going to be a manager, at least in this time period of my life. So first, just some general observations about myself. I am a highly organized person when it comes to code, despite what you may have seen on Twitch, but I really enjoy it. I'm very organized. I'm very good at it. But when it comes to project management or aligning a bunch of tasks across a bunch of things, it's not that I can't do it. It's just that my motivation for it is rather low. And it's just something I don't enjoy, right? It's just something that just doesn't appeal to me. Even when I try to get into it, I don't find myself getting energized by it. I just get progressively more kind of burnt out by it. And for me, that's usually a pretty good indicator that activity is just not necessarily for me. It's when you repetitively try, yet you feel more and more exhausted. Because if you just take that out for a long time, you can imagine what that's gonna feel like in a year. You know, when I was first learning coding, I was really excited about what I could do, but I didn't really know what I could do, right? Like I was like, oh my gosh, I could make these functions, but what do I build? How do I build? Oh, this is frustrating because I'm trying to learn, but I'd feel energized at the end of it. Whereas like organizational stuff, I don't necessarily feel energized. But on the flip side, something that I really love is the people aspect of it. I really love mentoring. I think it'd be a great thing to be able to do a lot more of. Unfortunately, at Netflix, there's just not an opportunity for a guy like me at Netflix to do any of that because, you know, I'm probably one of the more junior people on my team. That might be slightly shocking to some people out there, but yeah, my entire organization, there may be a singular intern or low-level person out of all 100 and some. You know, it's just a different feel when everyone's a senior or staff level. And on top of it all, coding actually gives me kind of energy. Like when I get done doing it, I just genuinely enjoy it. So the real question is, when I am doing my stuff either for Twitch or for work or side projects or something, YouTube videos, I still get excited at the end of the day doing it, even though sometimes the start can be a little bit rough. And if I were to replace a large chunk of that with meetings, things that I don't really excel at, I just don't know if I'd have the energy afterwards to do the other things. I actually think it would larger impact me than I realized. You know, I just don't think I can do it. But there is something else that I think is really important to highlight. As an engineer, you do have a little bit more leeway. Sometimes there's days where it's just like, you know, no matter what I do, I'm just not being successful at it. I just, you know, maybe just a lot of interruptions from the kids, things needed from the wife, whatever's happening, things are happening. Today's not the day. And that's okay. That can work out. I can come back 8 hours later in the evening, crush out some stuff, or just do a longer work day the next day. Like, that's totally acceptable. But what's not acceptable is doing the same thing as a manager. I can't just like disconnect and be like, hey, I'm not going to go to meetings things today. Sorry, everybody. It's just like things aren't working out. And so there is this freedom or flexibility in being an IC that in this particular moment in my life, I really like. You know, especially having these younger kids, it's just something that is amazing to be able to have that. Even though in the moment it can feel frustrating, it's awesome to have that as an option. So there's really reasons why I just don't think that I would love being a manager. You know, granted, I've never actually done it. I've done some like tech lead, if you will, for my previous company. I really like that. I think that's something I would enjoy a lot more of, is finding the ability to be able to pour into more people. There's this analogy that exists out there, right? That goes, why is the Dead Sea the Dead Sea? Well, the reality to the Dead Sea is that it's one of the lowest, or it is the lowest point on Earth where water flows into it, but it flows out nowhere. And so it just sits there and it eventually just becomes this just disgusting water, right? Like you can't use that water. Nothing can live in it. If you're only ever getting poured into and you're never pouring back out, you eventually die. You're just like the Dead Sea. And so I don't want my life to be like the Dead Sea. And I can feel that kind of in my life now, that my only motivation to pour out is via these type of videos, and I would love a position that did more of that. So it's kind of like a really interesting problem, if you will, because I also love working on Netflix. So who knows? That's about the longest possible way for me to say that I don't necessarily want to be a manager, and which is also a little weird because in the Valley, in the Silicon Valley, it's all about success, right? Success, success, success. And you know, not wanting to be a manager in some sense is not wanting success, right? Because there is a ladder to be climbed on the manager side. You got like lower manager, you got director, that middle manager, super guy that's driving the BMW, you got that VP. Oh man, that guy had first gen Tesla. Look at him go, he's so successful. Whereas that hasn't necessarily appealed to me. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to climb that ladder. I would much rather be in a company in which I help start and go straight to the tippity top than play this game of politics, earning, slashing, being the best, you know, stepping on someone's neck every now and then. Not for me. Woo! I don't even know what that was. Press the like button and then the sub button and then make a nice comment, you know, like a little comment telling me my hair looks wonderful in this, because it really does. There you go. That's a weird ending.
Been slain. Enemy triple kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy is dominating. Shut down. Shut down. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. slain. Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Shut down. An ally has been slain. Enemy triple kill.
for